guys, welcome back to my channel. So I was actually just filming, or not filming, I was actually editing a new video about James Charles and David Dobrik and everything that's going on with that situation. But today, James Charles dropped a video. He is, I'm guessing, going to do some type of acknowledgement of some sort, but I haven't watched it because I thought it would be fun if I do a reaction video. So I'm gonna watch it. I haven't seen it, and then I'm just gonna kind of like give my commentary. I'll probably like pause it throughout the video because I'm probably gonna have a lot to say, because I have a feeling, I just have a feeling that he's not gonna take accountability or responsibility or even be sad for what he's done or any type of guilt or remorse. So yeah, I am just in my house, I'm chilling. Today's my day off of work, so I was editing, but I kind of want to do a lot of like video evidence, and like I want to have receipts and stuff like that, so that's taking me a little longer, but hopefully that video is up soon. But I do want to film this video, so I am going to react to the new James Charles video that he dropped, and we're gonna see what he has to say. All right.
James Charles here, and today I'm going to be making a very important video about a very important topic. As many of you guys know, about 2 years ago now, I was involved with a very public online scandal in which some fellow YouTubers made some very serious accusations against me, and within the past couple of weeks, similar accusations are being made again, and I think it's very important that I get on camera and talk to you guys honestly about what is going on. When this first happened 2 years ago, I uploaded a video to my channel called No More Lies, and that video was a very planned video. It focused on receipts and screen.
Mind you, that No More Lies video sucked and it was stupid and it meant nothing, because those accusations that Tati made, I don't know, they kind of sound like they might be real accusations, Mr. James Charles.
Screenshots and defending myself in the situation, but I want you guys to know that this video that I'm going to be making today is going to be nothing like No More Lies. This is not exactly planned. I don't have a script. I will let you guys know that I do have just some notes in front of me of points that I want to make, because this is a very, very serious topic. But today's video is going to be from the heart, and I'm going to focus on
YouTuber apology videos. Is like, they always like come out, so like especially for people who do multiple apology videos, the thing I don't understand is like, why are you having to do multiple apology videos? If what you said in the first apology video, you said I'm sorry and I'm changed, nothing from then on should come out saying that you're doing something disgusting again. Like, I don't know, it's just so annoying. And then like this apology, he's like trying to make himself look better by saying this isn't scripted, this is from the heart, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
What happened, the conclusions that I've come to, and most importantly, holding myself accountable for my own actions. First and foremost, I need to say sorry. I owe a massive apology to anybody that I've hurt or anybody that I've made uncomfortable with my actions. And I also want to say I'm sorry to my friends, family, and fans that have to watch another one of these videos, because you shouldn't have to, and this is really, really embarrassing. When this all started online a few weeks ago, it sparked a large conversation, and many people have shared their thoughts.
I love how he uses the word embarrassing as if he's a victim or something, like we should feel bad for him. What about the victims? Do you think they're embarrassed? Because they're probably embarrassed, especially because they have, what does James have, like 20 million followers? So it's like they're probably having so many people go after them, and that's so embarrassing, and just coming out in general is so hard and difficult that he's just playing the victim, and it's annoying. It's not embarrassing for you, sweetie. Like, if you didn't want to be embarrassed, why are you doing gross things with children who are younger than you? And he's 21, and people like to downplay that by saying, like, oh, well, he's 21, like, he's not 30. But it's like, it doesn't fucking matter. These people are underage. They're not 18. And he should know that. Like,
and opinions, and I want to take some time to address literally everything in today's video. But before doing that, I want to make it really, really clear that I fully understand my actions and how they are wrong. There's no excuse for them, and I don't plan on making any in this video either, and I hope that you will choose to watch it all the way through.
I love how people say, like, my actions were bad, there's no excuse for it, and then the whole video is excuses. So let's see if he really doesn't. He says he's not going to have excuses, so let's see if he does.
I also just want to make a quick note as well that I'm filming this on the night of March 31st. It is currently 12:54 in the morning. I'm alone here in the studio, and I know that when I upload this tomorrow, it is going to be April Fool's Day, which is awful timing because this video and this topic is not a joke in any way, shape, or form. And I don't want anybody to think that it is, but I also don't want to wait any longer to speak about this. I want you guys to know that this is very, very important to me, and I'm taking this very, very seriously.
Oh my God. I literally can't with people. I'm like, okay, do you not hear yourself? Like, he's literally like, I'm filming this with no one around me. I'm completely by myself. Like the same thing that David Dobrik did in his apology. Like, I'm finally alone. It's like, oh my God, it's so tone deaf. It's so tone deaf.
The last thing that I want to say before I just get into it is that I think it's important that I provide a trigger warning for this video. There's going to be topics and things talked about that are very, very sensitive to some people, and I don't want anybody to have to listen to those if they don't want to. So I'm just letting you know right now. But with all that said, I think it's time that we talk. In case anybody isn't aware of what's going on, within the past couple of weeks, 2 different people, both under the age of 18, have recently come forward saying that they had inappropriate messages with me on social media. One of them being from last year and one of them being from more recent. In both of these cases, I added these people on Snapchat, asked how old they were right away, was told that they were 18, believed them, engaged in a flirty conversation, and then later on found out that they were actually 16. Upon finding out, I was immediately embarrassed and blocked both people. Later on, when I saw them making videos about it and those videos going viral.
Okay, so the thing that I don't understand is the most recent boy who's 16, in his bio on TikTok, it says 16. Like, and he had multiple videos of him saying he was 16. So you're telling me, James, that you didn't do any research on any of these people. You just took their word for it. It's like, of course people lie about their age, like, but they're still underage, so that doesn't make you a victim because they lied about their age. Like, I hate when that's like an argument. He always wants to, that's always been his argument, is like, they lied about their age. It's like, sweetie, you use TikTok diligently and you're on social media, you know how it works. You can look up someone and find out their age if you really want to. He didn't care enough. He didn't want to. Okay, well, then you fucked up. Sorry. Not sorry.
My immediate reaction, completely honestly, was to be really, really upset. I wanted to get on camera and film another No More Lies video where I gather all my receipts and all my screenshots and try to tell my side of the story and then just move on from the situation. And now, looking back, that was so stupid because as I did more research on these topics and self-reflected, I realized that the receipts and the
because once again, James loves to be the victim.
Screenshots and the specific details of the interaction really don't matter because I fucked up. And I needed to take accountability for my actions and most importantly, apologize to the people that were affected by them. These conversations should have never happened, point blank period. There's no excuse for it, there's no ifs, ands, or buts, and I take full responsibility for that. I trusted the information that was given to me rather than...
Okay, we're 3 minutes and 47 seconds into this, and I'm pissed off. This is just classic victim blaming. It's classic, I'm the victim. It's just... He literally titled this, Holding Myself Accountable, and he hasn't held himself accountable once. Do you know how easy it is to say, I fucked up? If you, I don't know, hurt someone's feelings and you didn't mean to, I fucked up. Committing sexual harassment and messaging underage boys is not a I fucked up. Right? Like, okay, let's get on to this. I guess I can't keep pausing this. I don't know how reaction people do this because I feel like their video would be like 40 minutes long because I can't stop pausing it.
Information I could have and should have gotten myself. In both of these situations, doing research into these people's public social media profiles would have revealed their true ages, and therefore these conversations would have never happened in the first place, but I didn't do the research, and that is what is so embarrassing. As an adult, it is my job and my responsibility to verify who I'm talking to, and therefore there is no one to blame for this other than myself. To the guys involved with this situation, I want to say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I added you, I'm sorry that I flirted with you, and I'm really sorry if I ever made you uncomfortable. It is completely unacceptable. I was being reckless, and after looking back and finally realizing that this was my own fault, I started doing a lot of thinking and reflecting to really try and figure out why I was actually allowing myself to be so reckless in the first place. In all other areas of my life, my friends, my business, I like to think of myself as pretty put together and on top of things, and I couldn't understand why relationships were the one outlier. Why were they not working? Why was this area of me so different? And I finally...
Because you're a predator and you need counseling, therapy, and you need to be off the platform. You should not have an influence on anybody. You should not have an influence on anybody. I'm sorry, you should not be on the platform. You should also be investigated.
Finally came to a conclusion. It sucks and it is ridiculously embarrassing to admit this, but I think I have to, and that is that I'm desperate. I do.
Oh my God, that is so funny. I'm desperate. Okay. Yeah, we know you're desperate because you're literally hitting up children and you could be talking to people your age. He's not even a bad looking guy. It's not like he can't find people his age. It's really easy. And I don't even know why you would be attracted to someone who's younger than you when you're 21, you're a millionaire. I don't get what interests him in a younger guy logistically when it comes to a relationship, other than he's attracted to kids or to people who are younger looking. And it's like, why is that? And why is it repeated behavior? Like, that's what I don't understand either. It's more than a mistake. It's more than like a one-time thing. Like, oh shit, like I should have did my research. I should have found out his age. This is not the first person. This is not the last person who's come out. He said there's 2 people who have come out. There's been so many more. I mean, it's a repeated pattern, and I feel like that is predatory behavior. He has power. He should not have power, especially someone who's been shown to take advantage of his power and, do gross things.
Period. Like, I'm actively searching for younger people to be in a relationship with, and I just want to say firsthand that that is absolutely not the case. My hope has always been to be in a relationship with somebody around my age or older that I can relate to and that can make me laugh. And unfortunately, I've not been able to find that person yet, but the idea of actually being in a relationship became so important to me that I was willing to trust too quickly, miss out on red flags, and most importantly, not take the precautionary measures that really anybody, but especially somebody with a public platform, should be taking before talking to anybody. And there's no excuse for that. When I've watched videos in the past of people talking about serious topics, such as this one, it's always really bothered me when people would talk about conclusions or changes that they're going to make without actually talking about how they got there in the first place. So I think it's really important that I do that in this video. I just honestly think that I owe it to you guys to kind of walk you through the reflection that I've been doing, so you know that I'm taking this seriously, how I came to terms with my desperation, and how it led me here. In 2019, my dating life became even more public than it already was when I was called out and labeled as a predator. You guys, I feel like at this point all know the story, so I don't want to go back into details, but pretty much I had to get on camera and prove that I was being lied to. I had all the receipts to back it up, but at the time I also recognized that I definitely needed to change the way I was going about dating because clearly something was not working. And in that video, I made a vow and a promise to myself and to you guys as the audience that I would be way more careful moving forward. And that promise was not one that I kept. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, at the time that I posted No More Lies, I really thought that like the only issue was kind of like the straight guys and being lied to. But I now realize that it was obviously a much deeper problem, and I really wish that at that time I had spent the time to sit down, look at myself in the mirror, and try to get to the root of the problem and understand why I was actually allowing myself to get into these situations instead of just brushing it off and saying like it's the straight guys and it's the lie. But like I said, I didn't, and as time progressed, my desire for a relationship never really went away, and I slowly started ignoring red flags again and also ignoring my friends and the important people around me that warned me that I was going to get hurt.
See, the thing that, like I had stated before with apology videos, is like he's literally saying like, okay, now I should have looked at myself in the mirror. It's like, well, when you were accused in 2019 of being a predator, why didn't you look in the mirror then? Like what? Like, I'm telling you guys, like, take this into your real life too. Actions speak louder than words. Apology videos, they're words. You can take someone's words and be like, okay, I trust them, but they're just words. You have to focus on the action. James Charles, his words, they sound good. He's like, I'm sorry, whatever, but his actions say that he hasn't changed. So just keep that in mind in your everyday life, YouTubers, whatever, actions speak louder than words, always. He's ignoring red flags because he has a problem. It's a pattern. He can't help himself, you guys. I'm telling you, he clearly can't help himself because he literally lost millions of subscribers in 2019 because he was labeled a predator. And even that didn't stop him. He continued and continues to do the same behavior of talking to underage kids, straight men. It's just
people around me that warned me that I was going to get hurt. And
once again playing the victim by saying people around him told him he was going to get hurt. How would you get hurt messaging a younger child? He's 16. How would you be hurt? I don't understand. Like, what do you mean your friends and family are telling you, James, you're gonna get hurt, you know, when you message a 16-year-old boy? Like, you're gonna get your feelings hurt. Oh my God. I feel like him and everyone around him is just as guilty. I mean, I don't know, Laura's Boutique. I don't know. It seems like the people he has around him are enabling this behavior and not holding him accountable. And another thing I want to say, if you have friends, please hold them accountable. That is so important. If you see your friends doing something that's inappropriate, and I talk about that in my next or last video, I don't know which one will go up first, but just keep that in mind. Please, like, hold your friends accountable and don't allow them to be predators.
And to them, I also feel like I really owe an apology because I should have listened, and I feel like if I did, we probably wouldn't be here today. Looking back now and just trying to do my best to piece this all together in my head, I think that my lack of experience when it came to dating growing up, and then all of a sudden having a lot of attention from different types of men, some for good reasons and some for bad reasons, really affected me in ways that I didn't quite understand. I honestly just thought that I had really, really bad luck and that I was being...
Remember when he said that he wasn't going to give excuses? He's giving excuses.
Taken advantage of when that wasn't the case at all, and I had the mentality that I could reach out to literally anybody and use my Explore page and For You page as a dating app, and eventually I would just happen to find the right person, but that's just not how dating works, literally at all. It's gross, it's weird, and it's desperation. I just really thought it was important to share my thought process and the conversations that I've been having with myself and professionals behind the scenes in order to help myself fully understand the situation so I could properly hold myself accountable for how I got here in the first place. When these videos started to come to light, power imbalance became a really large topic of conversation on social media, and rightfully so. In 2019, when I had my whole situation, I was accused of abusing my fame, money, and power to get what I wanted, and when I responded to that...
You weren't only accused of it, you did it. You use your power, and you continue to use it as a way to manipulate and take advantage.
At the time, I said that that was disgusting and that I would never want to do that. And to this day, I still stand behind that sentiment 1000%. So when it was getting brought up again, I got really, really frustrated.
This is the thing that irritates me. I mean, this whole video irritates me. He's trying to say that he still stands by that he doesn't use his power, but like when you're that rich, even if in your mind, deep down, you don't feel like you have power, when you look at your amount of subscribers and your bank account, you have power over people, whether you like it or not. And that's why you have to go about everything else. That's why I say I never want to have that much money. I'd never want to feel as entitled as James Charles feels in this video. He's like, it's so tone deaf. It's so tone deaf. I don't have words.
I was trying to understand because I was thinking to myself like, okay, I know that this situation shouldn't have happened. I know that this conversation shouldn't have occurred. I take responsibility for that. But at the same time, like they DM'd you first. They lied to you. They flirted first. Like you didn't use your fame, money, and power to get anything. But I've now realized that that mentality is completely wrong because a power imbalance can happen even when it's not intentional. What I wasn't getting before is that the excitement that comes with talking to a celebrity is literally enough to make somebody do or say something that they normally wouldn't, even if that celebrity isn't intentionally weaponizing their fame, money, or power. And that's the concept that I just wasn't getting, but I now do. Even though I'm able to turn off my social media and just talk to somebody outside of the spotlight about something normal, in normal clothes and no makeup on as James Dickinson, that doesn't change the fact that to them, I'm still James Charles. And that's something that I can't turn off. For me, having a public platform has become such a huge part of my life that at this point, it does feel normal. But I have to understand that to 99.9% of people, it's not normal and will never...
Like I said, I don't know how reaction people do it. Josh from the Dad Challenge podcast, how do you do this without pausing every 5 seconds? And how do you do this without having a heart palpitation as well as getting very defensive? Because I am just very angry because I feel like if you're younger or if you don't have the mental capacity to really dissect this video on the surface, like most apology videos, on the surface, it sounds good. But I'm telling you, actions speak louder than words. And the amount of entitlement, he literally just said, I thought being James Charles was normal because I've been doing it for so long. If you have paparazzi, whether he calls the paparazzi or not, but like if you're getting pictures taken of you, you probably do have a power imbalance. Like you're probably famous. And I feel like someone like James Charles, who has been on a lot of famous people's platforms and whatever, I mean, he has like 20 million subscribers. How do you not know that people, like, how do you not know you're famous? I don't understand.
Be normal. And that's where the power imbalance lies that I wasn't understanding. But I'm so glad that I finally do, because like I said in 2019, taking advantage of that power imbalance is something that I would never ever want to do, but unintentionally was. With this situation blowing up, there are a lot of people speaking about this online, whether it be sharing their opinions, arguing back and forth, or most importantly, holding me accountable for my actions. I understand that posting this video today is not going to stop those conversations, but is going to spark more of them. And that's something that I am completely okay with because I really feel like these are topics that we need to be speaking about a lot more. I also want to make it clear too that through uploading this video today, my hope and my expectations are not to, press post and then forget about it and move on and wash my hands as if nothing happened, because something did happen. And what happened was not okay. And I don't want to just forget about it. I should have been more careful in every single way when it comes to the ways that I was looking for a relationship. I didn't do the proper research, and for that, I'm once again ashamed and embarrassed. I can't take it back as much as I wish that I could, but I'm really, really glad that I now fully understand.
He's speaking about this as if it's like the first and only time that this has happened. He's like, yeah, like I should have did the research. I feel like he's a lost cause, especially because he came out with this video called Holding Myself Accountable, and he doesn't hold himself accountable because he's holding himself accountable, but he's like maneuvering in a way where he doesn't actually have to say like, I'm a predator, I committed a crime, and I need to leave this platform and go get help, and I will never ever do this again. I'm gonna go get help, treatment. That's what this video should have been.
Able to do better in the future, and I really hope to show that to you guys. I'm a firm believer that when scandals or situations like this happen, you can get on camera and upload an apology video where you say sorry a million times all day long, but the only way to actually show and prove that you are sorry is through action and change, and I'm going to change. This whole situation has been so embarrassing and I'm ashamed, but like I said, I'm now educated and fully understand what went on, and I'm making a promise to all of you right now on camera that I will be way more careful moving forward with every single person that I speak to. My For You page and Explore page are not dating apps, and I will stop treating them as if they are. I also have already started asking for proper identification from every single guy that is either.
Oh my God. Okay, so his conclusion is basically that his Instagram and For You page isn't a dating app. That's what he's come out of this. Okay. See, this is basically his apology on Twitter that he came out with. It's the same thing. I'm going to ask for ID now. How about stop fucking dating, talking to, messaging, having any interaction with people who are underaged? How about just do that? He's not going and getting help. Like, he's not like, you know what? I've learned that I don't need to be in a relationship right now. I really need to work on things because I'm attracted to younger kids, and that's not okay. That's what he should have said.
That reached out or that I was speaking to, and will continue doing so for the rest of time. I now understand the root of the problem. I understand how and why I, and only I, caused myself to get into this situation. I understand that this could have and should have been easily avoided, and I also understand that I need to be aware of my platform at all times. I didn't understand how a situation like this could affect the people involved, but now I do. And for that, to the victims, I am so, so sorry. And I promise that something like this will never, ever happen again. I also feel like I owe an apology to my friends, family, team members, and also fans that had to watch this all go down again. To all of you guys, I once again wish that I had listened earlier on. You guys saw this and I didn't, and I'm really, really sorry for not taking that seriously and not being a better person and a better role model like I promised that I would be. I'm going to be taking some time away to reflect and further educate myself on these topics. I think at this point it's really important that I do so I'm able to follow through with my word and prove to you guys that I will be a better person. Even though I won't be here posting, I do want people to know that I will still be here, available, listening, and learning. At this point, if you made it all the way through the video, I really appreciate it and just wanted to say thank you for listening, and I hope to never disappoint you again.
Alrighty, so what I took from that was James Charles holds himself not accountable. And then he did the infamous apology video of, I'm going to be taking some time off. I'm going to be going away. I'm going to be learning. People should have been learning since the fucking Me Too movement. I mean, Jesus Christ. Everyone wants to come out and say they're learning now. It's like, it doesn't matter that he's 21. I mean, it's common sense. Oh my God. So yeah, I'm done with this. I'm going to turn this off. I am now irritated. No, I'm just kidding. But this is exactly what I expected. I didn't expect to watch this and feel any better about James Charles. I think he's a disgusting human being. I think he needs to be off YouTube. And I think everyone needs to continue to talk about this stuff. And yeah, I hope everyone is having a great day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Later!